Hey, this is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Please watch some of my older videos. In the description section, I have links to some of my older videos. Please help my channel out and watch some of those videos if they interest you. But in this video, in response to one of the questions I got from one of my viewers about the joint venture between Analogue Productions and Atlantic Records and Warner Brothers, they're celebrating a 75th anniversary of Atlantic Records. One of my viewers asked me, well, what's my opinion of that series? So I'm going to give my opinion in this video. I'm also going to tell near the end of the video the 3 issues that I pre-ordered and the ones that I probably will buy and almost pre-ordered, and also give a small amount of records, just a few, that I wish they would add to the list. Some of them don't have a chance at all, but they're some of my favorites anyway. But this series, like I said, it's supposed to span approximately 3 years. It's supposed to, Chad Castle stated, is supposed to include some of the best historic Atlantic titles, some of the best selling Atlantic titles, some of the best sounding Atlantic titles. It's supposed to include classic rock, classic pop, some jazz and some blues. I think they got some of the a lot of the bases covered. And please leave your comments in the comment section below. Is this an answer to some of your a lot of people in the VC who say that they've been issuing too many jazz titles over and over and over again? Is this a good start in terms of some of these reissue labels issuing more variety of records to the vinyl community? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. But Chad Castle stated that the first 2,000 records will be numbered, and the first 500, however, are for subscribers, and I think the subscription is somewhere in the $4,000 range. So, but there's a lot of variety here in this list, but I'm gonna look at them in a second on my tablet. But Mr. Castle stated that there's going to be great mastering engineers such as Ryan K. Smith, Bernie Grunman, Kevin Gray, and a few others. They're going to use original analog master tapes when all possible. If it's not possible, they'll use any secondary tapes if they're available, and if they meet standard. If they don't meet standard, then they just won't use those titles in the series. He stated that some of them were recorded in the high res domain, high resolution file domain, and in those cases they will use the high resolution source files for those issues. But he's excited about this series. I think there's a lot to be excited about this series. But like I said, please leave your comments in the comment section below where you think this is an answer to the question in terms of variety of issues getting into the VC, the vinyl community. Does this meet, is this a start? Does this meet some of your requirements? For example, there's some in this series like Phil Collins, Genesis, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, Stone Temple Pilots. There's a lot of jazz, some jazz titles in here, like a few Coltrane titles, Charles Mingus titles. Yes, there's some Yes titles. I think I mentioned Genesis, John Prine. Let's see what else here. Velvet Underground, and there's many others. Bad Company, Stone Temple Pilots, if I didn't mention them. I think who else is on here? Buffalo Springfield, and many others in this great variety of lists. Dr. John, Donny Hathaway, Ray Charles, and many others on this list. So please leave your comments in the comment section in terms of what you think of this series and the list of titles that they have in this series. And also please leave in the comment section below some titles you wish they would add to this series. And I'm going to get into that right now, at least some recommendations. I know mine, odds are low, they're not going to be added to the list, but just some mentions, by the way. This is Benny King. This is album Don't Play That Song. It includes the song Stand By Me. Now this was really issued on Adco Records, but it says here it was a division of Atlantic Records. So Benny King was on my semi-wish list, but I don't think he's going to make it. I know this is not going to make it, but I have to give this artist a mention. Again, this is on Adco Records, a division of Atlantic Records. Bobby Darin, who does the greatest version of Mac the Knife. And I wish this was part of the series as well. This is an amazing vocal group who doesn't get their props in terms of this reissue era we are in. I wish they would. Manhattan Transfer, this is their Extensions album. It includes a vocal version of the great song Birdland that was originally made by Weather Report, and the song Twilight Tone. And oh, by the way, these reissue records, if I didn't mention it early, are double 45 RPM records, and at $60 a piece, and they're going to do SACDs at $35 a piece. They're double 45 RPM records, by the way. Please give your opinion what you think of double 45 RPM records as well in the comment section. So double 45 RPM records at $60 a piece, and SACDs at $35 a piece. Here's another Manhattan Transfer record I wish they would issue. This is on Atlantic Records. It includes the great singer John Hendricks. He was part of this project. Their Vocalese album. This is a fabulous album. This will sound great on double 45 on a double 45 RPM record, along with Extensions, and to a lesser degree, their Mecca for Moderns record. Now, I don't know if they have a license to reissue this artist, but there's no 75. To me, there's no 75 anniversary issue series without Aretha Franklin. So it'll be cool if they can clear the licensing to do or include some of her titles in this series. When you think of Atlantic Records, I think of Aretha Franklin. So it'd be cool to include her in the series as well. Some of the great records that she put out, some of the great songs that she put out. She has to be part of the series if all possible. Another group I wish they would include a series. This group had a lot of soul, and that's the Rascals, the Young Rascals. It'd be cool if they can do their records on, double 45 RPM records to hear them in a, high quality fashion on your turntable. They're a great soul vocal group in the 60s and early 70s. The Rascals, one of my favorite groups of all time. These in the background are just for display. I know that there's no way they're going to do these two titles, but this is called, I just love the cover. This was issued on Atlantic Records, Killer Joe's International Discotheque. It includes the famous dancer, Joe Pirro. He was an amazing dancer. This record, I believe, was issued in 1965. It says here, this is the first authentic discotheque album by the king of the discotheque, Killer Joe Pirro. But I love the cover of this album issued on Atlantic Record, although there's zero chance they issue this one. And the same with one of my favorite artists of all time, that's Sergio Mendes. This is Sergio Mendes in Brazil 65 live at El Matador. This was done on Atlantic Records. This is a stereo version, and this is the mono version. But the ones I was on the fence about pre-ordering, and I think I'm going to buy these titles, and I'm going to mention, I didn't pre-order these, but I'm going to buy these as they're issued, because I didn't want to spend all my money pre-ordering these records. I think I'm going to just buy them as they're issued. I think one of the cool things about pre-ordering is it locks you in at that price, and it also locks you in at the free shipping price or whatever shipping price you get now, because this series is going to span 3 years. So so you might want to think about that. So I just pre-ordered 3 of them, but these I'm on the fence. I didn't pre-order, but I may purchase as they're issued. This is The Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding. includes that famous song on the DAC of Bang. Now, I don't know if this is an audiophile recording. His performance is over the top spectacular. I'm not so sure this is audiophile recording, so please leave your comments in the comment section below on this one. But maybe if it was issued on double 45 RPM record, I might think it's an audiophile recording. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, one of my favorite groups. I'm going to buy this when it's released, but I'm not going to pre-order it. Same with Buffalo Springfield. It's an amazing group. The song on here, For What It's Worth, and is a fabulous song on this record. And nowadays, Clancy can't even sing. I love that song too. Now this sister, I came very close to pre-ordering. What can I say? Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly. There's 3 great songs on here. Killing Me Softly with this song, I'm the Girl, and Conversation Love are amazing songs. I came very close to pre-ordering this. I'm going to order this as it's issued. Now this one I don't understand. Maybe some of you in the VC can explain this to me. This is part of the reissue series. Now this was issued by Analogue Productions as a double 45. At least I believe it's a double 45. And yeah, it is a double 45 LP set. And this was mastered by Kevin Gray. And this is part of the series, and I believe the issue that they're issuing part of the series is mastered by Kevin Gray. I don't know if they're going to remaster another one or just reissue this one. I don't know. So maybe you in the VC can explain that to me. And I'm not going to buy this until other people in the VC buy this as it's issued as part of the Atlantic series. And if there's a difference between these two, this issue and the one they're going to issue that's positive, I may consider buying it then, but I'm going to wait on that one. But the albums that I pre-ordered were the John Coltrane, Favorite Things. I think that's a transcendent, legendary album, so I decided to pre-order that one. I pre-ordered the Charles Mingus Blues and Roots record. I think that might be issued sometime in, I think that's going to be in the near term when they issue that. I think they're going to start issuing records sometime early in October, and they're going to issue 2 a month for 3 years. That's the plan. And I had to pre-order Giant Steps. Again, a legendary transcendent album. That's part of the 3 that I pre-ordered. So I pre-ordered Giant Steps, John Coltrane, Favorite Things, John Coltrane, and Charles Mingus, Blues and Roots. Those are the ones I pre-ordered. But I think this series is great. I think it has great variety for a great variety of purchasers in the vinyl community. And I think that's what a lot of the complaints were coming from. They were, reissuing all these jazz records over and over again. They need more variety in the vinyl community. Well, this is a start. So please leave your comments in the comment section below in terms of, do you think this is a great variety, a start in terms of some of these reissue labels issuing a greater variety to the vinyl community? And if you pre-ordered some, please leave your comments in the comment section below in terms of the ones you pre-ordered. But again, I think this series is great. I think it's very inclusive in terms of variety. Thank you very much for viewing my video. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. God bless, strong love, and peace to all worldwide.